You're listening to Turi Ryder's She Said What podcast. I'm Turi, along with Marcy Persky. In this installment, don't you think that someone who has a specific body part ought to be able to recognize that specific body part? How about if it's not their specific body part? Also, a true confession from a passenger on the Polar Express. You're almost to Christmas with your tickets for the Polar Express job.
Yes, I'm making it through. More money for my pocket.
More money for your puppy. How's the puppy training going?
He's kind of a dick.
The trainer or the dog?
No, the dog.
Oh.
I'm doing exactly what the trainer taught me. Exactly what the trainer taught me. And when I tell him to get on his raised bed, sit and lay down, he grabs me with his paw. I'm like, dude, this is so not what you're supposed to be doing. And you did not do this to the male trainer. I think my dog is sexist.
Did I tell you that the foster dog we were promised was neutered is not neutered?
No.
Here's the weird part. I said to the spousal unit, I don't think that dog is neutered. And the spousal unit, who you would think would have a better understanding of what these parts look like, says, yeah, he's neutered. It says so right on the paper. I said, I'm not looking at the paper. I'm looking at the dog's parts. He said, no, it's neutered. Can you imagine how humiliating this must be for the spousal unit when he took the dog in because the dog's wheezing and needs to be on antibiotics? And they said, yeah, he's intact.
Yeah, I got to say, before Jerry was neutered, which was only 2 weeks ago, it was very obvious because they're huge.
Well, this dog, is a lean dog, and the parts were proportional to the dog. Nevertheless, I would have imagined that the spousal unit would have been more finely attuned to this. It kind of makes you wonder.
Can I raise my hand and say the spousal unit told you that you didn't break your leg?
I was getting there. Yeah.
Okay.
He seems to be more and more in the clueless column.
Dr. Unit is going to get his medical license revoked.
If it involves the body, he is not to be trusted, period, full stop. And I am going to use the you didn't know my leg was broken and made me ride around in an office chair for 2 days before you believed me when I said it was broken. And now you don't even know when the dog has a pair. So
do you have to take him to get him fixed or neutered or whatever they call it these days?
Oh, yeah. And here's the weird part. It kind of begs a larger question. When it comes to the male anatomy, who is the more reliable narrator? The people who inhabit male anatomy or the people who may be screening it because they need to use it for recreation or reproduction? Who should know your car's engine better, the manufacturer or the person who drives it?
I'm finding out that the worst place to take your car to be fixed is where you bought it. So,
well, clearly that analogy is a flop.
But I'm also watching my dog eat something that looks like a dead bird out the window. So
nice.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to change the subject or I may be ill.
Oh, okay.
I read something really disappointing in the New York Times that despite all my efforts to be courteous with people whose politics are different than mine, all of my, yes, I understand your point, and I will consider that, and perhaps you'd like to consider this. After all of that, now comes the New York Times to my dining table and tells me a chat GPT bot would do a better job.
Nice.
Yeah, made me feel good. And the other interesting little tidbit, so people's political views are more malleable when they're interacting with Chat GPT. And I don't know if it's just because they believe more things that it says or
it makes stuff up.
One political party makes up more stuff than the other, believe it or not.
I was going to say it's kind of like, never mind.
I'm not going to say which party because this is a non-political podcast.
But I was going to mention maybe some news sources that could be written by Chat GPTs.
There is a talk show host far to the opposite end of the political spectrum from my views, this host. But he posted something on his Facebook page that was a made up quote from someone. It was a made up quote from Rob Reiner. And I don't understand who would keep someone like that employed. That's what no matter how hard an axe I may have ever had to grind politically, I've never worked for someone who would have tolerated that.
I would never say something about somebody who just died that's mean.
It's not about mean. They put up this quote as
wrong
to justify what happened to this person.
Yeah.
That he deserved to die was the.
Well, that's what our president said.
We're not.
And I'm not being political, but he did. He said that.
Well, there are plenty of people trying to justify that statement on the part of our fearless leader, and they're doing it. Some of them sometimes by putting up quotes that aren't even real. I thought, do I even say something to this person? I mean, he's in my line of work. Should I say?
I don't believe anything that I read anymore on the internet.
Yeah.
Anybody who doesn't know how to use Snopes.com, and Snopes is the website that
fact checks.
Basically
it's a fact
lets
checker.
You know what's
Before
what's
there was
real and what isn't.
It's better than AI because AI just makes up whatever you want it to say. But
AI is wrong a lot.
A lot. Speaking of the computers and online life, what is the most absurd? I could have just walked to the corner, or in your case, I could have just gotten out of my car when I'm in town thing. What is the silliest thing that you've ever had delivered via Amazon? What was the thing?
God, I get everything delivered.
Well, let me tell you why I'm asking you this question then while you think about that. I'm in a few weeks going to go visit my girlfriend in Maine because she never asks for help with anything and she's having a surgery. And I had said a few months ago, why don't I come out and visit you this fall? And she got quiet for a second and she said, well, what I could really use is a little help after this surgery that I'm having. And she never would ask for help. So, of course, I'm going out there to be of assistance. And then I asked her if I could do some cooking for her. And she mentioned a favorite thing that I make, which is my brisket. And then I said to the spousal unit, I'm going to have to check a bag because I have to bring this special duck sauce that I use for making the brisket. And the spousal unit hit the roof. You should never pack duck sauce. I said, we packed about 50 gallons of olive oil when we came back from Greece. He didn't complain about that. He just was raging. So I was mentioning this to my girlfriend, and she said, why not just have Amazon deliver the duck sauce to your friend? And two things. First of all, that's genius, and I'll absolutely do it. And the second thing is 3 hours after she told me this, I couldn't remember what was the thing she'd told me that I thought was a good idea. It came back to me about a half an hour later, but I decided that I would do that. And it does seem a little bit excessive just to have a jar of duck sauce delivered. And my friend said, I had firewood delivered on Amazon. And you know what? It was cheaper and it didn't get the back of my car filthy. And they brought it right up to my door. And I'm thinking to myself that this is some sort of whole new low when people are shipping around containers of duck sauce and firewood. And I know that the whole goal is to get the duck sauce proprietors and the firewood distributors of America to just fold up their shingle and leave. So what is the smallest, most insignificant or peculiar thing you've had Amazon deliver for you?
Amazon delivers my hair stuff and all my face washing stuff. I mean, I suppose I could drive to Flagstaff and go to Walgreens or wherever. But it's easier for me to not have to drive to Flagstaff, to go to Flagstaff because I want to, not because I have to. If that makes sense.
You don't want to just make a list and when you're in Flagstaff, spend an hour running around and doing stuff like that?
No.
No? Okay.
No. I have to go to Flagstaff tomorrow. We have an empty fridge. We have some butter and cottage cheese, maybe some half and half.
Whoops.
Yeah. Well, because this is my first day off in forever, it feels like.
Oh, you're going to have to start shopping like a working woman.
Well, only for the next week.
Yeah, so. Just when you're back in the groove.
I know, and now I'm worried that once I stop working, I'm going to be sad because I'm not working.
You may
And
very
I
well
don't
be.
want to work.
No. Well,
No. Well, I don't want to work if it means getting up out of my couch
yeah.
with with cats on my lap and dogs on my side. But I haven't found the perfect couch job yet.
Yeah, you've been looking for that one for a while.
A long time.
Are you going to save your Christmas sweaters for next year?
Yes.
You're going to do this next year?
Yeah. Oh, definitely. I'm out. It's really fun. It is fun. It's nice to work around happy people.
I could fix that for you. Not so happy when I get through with them. Yeah, I could just the Polar Express. I could do all kinds of things. I can make people.
Some lady said to me last night when I gave her tickets at Will College. She said, "Have you seen this movie? It's so awful." I said, "No, but my podcast partner watched it for me and gave me a full review."
Yeah. So this woman is spending money on tickets, and she knows that they're awful. The movie is awful.
Well, yeah, but this is more like theater.
No, it's not. No, says the theater goer. No, it is not at all like theater. No.
Well, it's people dressed in costumes saying stuff.
Oh, there you go.
So how about that?
Yeah, I'll go with that.
They're doing the Broadway version.
I thought of something else that smoked my buns today. Two things. I dropped two different things on the rug today that were very, very small and spent a total of probably 40 minutes finding each of these things.
With the cast on your leg?
Yeah, I can get on my hands and knees with the cast on my leg. I make sounds now when I get up. Ugh. I never made those sounds before.
Grandpa sounds.
Yeah, I'm making the grandpa sounds when I get up because of I hope that it will stop when the cast comes off. I'm a little worried that the grandpa sounds will remain. The cast will go and my will stay. You remember those phones we would buy for grandma and grandpa with the big dial with the numbers? Like
the jitterbug phones.
Grandma can't see the phone pad anymore. We need to get the big buttons. The first thing is I ordered extra earring backs because I keep losing them and then earrings. And so I ordered a bunch of those safety backs. And I had to decide, did I want to buy like 100 or 1,000,000 of them on Amazon? And I bought 1,000,000 of them. And it's a good thing because every time I open the box, 50 of them fly out into the room. And I stupidly ordered the clear ones. And so that's a good 20 minutes on the floor. But then this is even worse. There's a pill that mostly is given to people who start watching their cholesterol, which is usually older people. And when I first got this pill, it was a decent pill size, but apparently they have figured out that the thing to do with this pill is to shrink it down to the size, I am not kidding you, of a pinhead. And so you open up your pill box and the little pill like leaps out like a grasshopper. It just goes boing. And they're like, what? And then you have to crawl around on the floor. And sometimes you have to call a young person to crawl around on the floor. And I thought they could make this pill bigger if they wanted to. They're doing it on purpose so you lose enough of them. If you lose out of every 90-day prescription, if you lose 6 or 7 of them, that's a substantial increase in production for the company that makes them. Just think about that. If you lose 1 pill every week.
Spilling pills is part of my daily routine.
Is it? But I bet you they're not the size of a pinhead.
Before I look too hard, I think to myself, I wonder if this drug will kill an animal. And if my cats or my dogs might die if they get a hold of this pill.
Then you look for it.
And if I say, well, I look for it if it's yes. If the answer is no, then I don't look as hard.
How about if it'll just make sure that your dog has really low cholesterol?
Yeah. I'm sure he does because he's out here. I don't think that dead birds have a lot of fat on them.
I don't know. Feathers, I don't think, have cholesterol. Does he eat the whole bird?
It looked like he did. I quit watching after a while. Dogs, man, like my vet says, dogs are gross. They'll eat like anything disgusting.
Dogs will learn to eat more disgusting things if another dog shows them how. That's like Herbalife. I ate this disgusting thing. Ask me how. That's. Do you remember the Herbalife bumper stickers? I bought this car with Herbalife. Ask me how. That's kind of how dogs operate. If there's another dog around that eats a disgusting substance, then the dog will look at that dog and go, "Well, it didn't kill you. I thought it was disgusting, but maybe not." Hey, that's how dogs operate. Thank you so much for listening to Turi Ryder's She Said What podcast. And as you probably know by now, this is the season when you start to pull your hair out trying to find the absolutely perfect gift. Well, wouldn't it be a smashing idea to get that hard-to-please person a copy of my book, She Said What? A Life on the Air. And you can find it at your independent bookseller or on that site that sells everything. And if for some mysterious reason the recipient doesn't absolutely love their copy, borrow it back.